Welcome to the May 2025 University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Commencement Ceremony. Please direct your attention to the floor of the arena. Our procession today is led by members of UWM's distinguished faculty. They represent the more than 1,400 faculty and instructional staff who are dedicated to student success. Today, UWM celebrates the graduation of more than 3,500 students who have achieved significant educational milestones. Of those eligible to graduate today, more than 2,300 have completed work on their bachelor's degrees. Almost 90 are earning associate degrees, and more than 1,100 have reached the conclusion of their work on graduate certificates, specialist, master's, and doctoral degrees. The procession of our platform party, led by University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Chancellor Mark Money. Among those who are part of the platform party today are many individuals who coordinate the operation of UWM, one of America's top research universities. Also present are representatives from the UW System Board of Regents and the UWM Board of Visitors. They are joined by Joanne Anton, President and CEO of Herb Cole Philanthropies. She will deliver the commencement address. Graduates, family, and friends, the May 2025 commencement ceremony for the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee is about to begin.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Here we are. Wow. Welcome to the members of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee class of 2025. I couldn't be more thrilled to be here. I'm Mark Money, Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. I'm pleased to welcome our students, all your family members, friends, to our 131st commencement ceremony. Today is all about our graduates and their accomplishments. To help us focus and keep our focus on celebrating the graduates, I ask everyone here to follow all of our safety and behavioral policies that have been shown on the monitors throughout the Panther Arena. Thank you. On behalf of the UWM faculty and staff, I'm extraordinarily proud to serve as your host, whether you're here in the Panther Arena or watching this online. Thank you all for joining us. Will you please all stand for our national anthem? It's going to be led by Corinne Latta, who graduated this morning with her bachelor's degree from the Peck School of the Arts. Thank you, Corinne. Also, thank you to the UWM Wind Ensemble, conducted by the Director of University Bands, Thomas Gamboa. Let's hear it for the band and Director Gamboa. This is a milestone day. It marks the end of one journey and yet the beginning of another. Think back to when you first started at UWM. You chose this university because it stood out for you. I like to say that UWM is a bit of a unicorn because we're one of only 32 countries in the whole 32 universities in the whole country, and is the only one in Wisconsin to be recognized for its excellence in providing access to education, conducting a high volume of life-changing research, and engaging with our community. We have received national recognition in each of those three areas as being among the leading universities. A lot has happened since the first day that you stepped onto our campus. Maybe you had to take time off because life got in the way. For all of you, so much has happened since that first day. But when you came to UWM, you set a goal, and you kept working at it, little by little, week by week, semester by semester, maybe even exam by exam. There were times when you probably thought, how am I going to do this? You ran into obstacles as you juggled your classwork, lab work, papers, assignments, all the day-to-day demands of life that came at you. Many of you have children, siblings, parents, or grandparents that you also care for. Earning your degree was not easy. There were many late nights and early mornings and many, many cups of coffee, and maybe cups of other things, but you did it. You did it. And I can tell you, let's hear that. And I can tell you, there are few things that you will do in your life that will have as much impact as what you have accomplished to get here today. UWM has changed you. You have grown into the person that you are striving to become. Today, as you walk across this stage, you'll join the ranks of over 210,000 fellow alumni. Being a Panther is special. It means you exemplify excellence, you have resilience, and you're full of pride. I'm so proud of this university and for each of you. So, again, congratulations to all of our graduates here today. At last count, more than 3,500 people were eligible to participate in today's ceremonies. Each person has a remarkable story, and I wish we could tell all your stories. We can only hear a few of them today, from graduates who took advantage of unique opportunities at UWM that ended up shaping their futures. Let's take a look at this video of a few of them.
UWM has helped me get started in my career by providing me with a lot of community connections. So I'm actually starting my work here with Michael Baker International as a planner. And this work, I got it through an alum who went through the program. I have been able to kind of make my mark and really bring myself and my roots, and kind of keep the community at my core in the work that I do.
Coming to America from France, I didn't know the English language, but on-campus jobs like being a campus ambassador, site ambassador, helped me learn how to communicate professionally. And now those communication skills I learned at UWM helped me land my job at Adam Aerospace and travel the world representing the company.
UWM has really helped me prepare for my career by allowing me to have an assistantship on campus where I work directly with nursing students, and being able to serve as an academic support coach for them was really impactful for me.
Getting involved in research and being able to have the opportunity to be a part of programs like the McNair Scholars Program, STAR, Kinship and Responsibility, have all been amazing experiences that have been able to equip me with confidence to continue forward and truly believe this is where I belong.
One thing that I'm most proud of is producing my dance film that is a part of my thesis research. This film is called Kyoko Ilchi Anata, Never Lost. This was filmed in Seoul, Pyeongtaek, and Busan. I could feel the energy of my ancestors. I was able to embody their energy through my movement.
With Engineers Without Borders, we traveled to Vivitz, Guatemala to install a water distribution system in the Ixil Triangle region and help communities get access to clean water. I traveled twice, once to Vukovic and once to Vivitz. I actually was a lead for the project in Vivitz and got to see that project from start to finish.
Throughout my college experience, I've had many recognitions, one of which was the Lubar 25 award that I got as a junior. That scholarship was what I used to help me go to Paris this summer and study abroad, which was also an incredible experience.
Prior to coming to UWM, I had this one-size-fits-all mentality for problem solving. That's one thing I've discovered about myself, growing from that one-size-fits-all point to the point of thinking outside the box and being able to apply several methods and skills to solve a particular problem and get the best outcome.
What I'd say I've discovered is my leadership potential. Being part of the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers has been such a rewarding experience. I'm very proud about how me and my friends have continued to grow the chapter and how we leave it for the next generation to continue.
So my plans after graduation is to dedicate hopefully more time to my family, but also be a rock star at what I do.
I recently just got accepted for a job at Duke for Senior Clinical Research Specialist.
I'm getting my master's for aerospace management and engineering.
I really see myself continuing to work in higher ed.
I'll be working for Saputo here in Milwaukee.
I plan to work at the Eden Early Development Program. I'll be rotating around different work sites.
We want to make change. We want to have those impacts. We want to be the future.
I love it. The impact and being the future. That's what our Panther graduates are all about. These are just a few examples of the thousands of individuals who are in this room, and they have very similar stories to the types of things that they will do and have already begun to do. We hope that as alumni, each of you tell your stories often and with pride. As you move into your postgraduate life, we want UWM to be able to support you. So please stay in touch. The best way to do that is to scan the QR code that's on the back of the program and fill out your first destination survey so we know what you're up to. So let me explain to all of you how our graduates are situated in the room here today. In the front, we have our doctoral students and their advisors. In the back of the room, we have our master's students, and in the middle, our undergraduate and associate degree recipients. In the middle, as I mentioned, among them are scholars wearing pewter-colored stoles who have completed their degrees through the Honors College. There are 92 students who earned the pewter stole this semester, representing about 5% of the graduates. You'll see that there are quite a few undergraduates who are wearing gold cords. This denotes that they're graduating with honors. Undergraduate students wearing our official gold cords have maintained a GPA of 3.5 or more for at least the last 40 credits of their degrees. Will all of these undergraduate students please rise as you are able and be recognized? Thank you. There are also 18 students who have earned bachelor's degrees in this afternoon's ceremonies who are what we call our academic elites. To be an academic elite, each maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average throughout their entire career at UWM. Please stand and remain standing when your name is called. And audience, please hold your applause until all the names are read. From the Sheldon B. Lubar College of Business, we have 8 students earning a perfect 4.0. Angela Castro, Matthew Elich, Felix Gerlach, Leah Guzzi, Mark Steinbrenner, Nicholas Tuscany, Morgan Vandermissen, and Michael Villanueva. From the Joseph J. Zilber College of Public Health, we have 3 students, Kaylin Keenis, Aaron Schiebel, Ashlyn Tomey. 2 from our College of General Studies, Nicole Hall and Owen Herrick. 2 from the School of Nursing, Lauren Riley and Deborah Steele. From the College of Engineering and Applied Science, we have Kevin Klocko. From the School of Biomedical Sciences and Healthcare Administration, we have Amy Farrell. And from the School of Rehabilitation Sciences and Technology, we have Caitlin Dowling. So if you can all stand in terms of those who have gotten the 4.0, well done. There's another group in the audience that I'd like to recognize, both in the graduating class, but also in the audience today. UWM has received national recognition many times over the years for being a military-friendly school. In fact, we're in the gold status. Oftentimes that means we're in the top 10 of thousands of different schools that have earned that. In the Midwest, we have the largest population with over 1,000 military veteran graduate students on our campus. You can recognize our veterans because they're wearing the red, white, and blue cords. I would ask those graduates to please rise as you're able. Among also any of our graduates and any of our audience members today who are also veterans, please stand and be recognized. I thank all our veterans for their service. You may be seated. Another outstanding group among our graduates today are our McNair Scholars. These are the first in their family to attend college and who come from diverse backgrounds. They have completed a rigorous research program that prepares them to enter graduate school. They're wearing black and gold stoles. Will all our McNair Scholars please stand and be recognized? And there's a final group I would like to recognize. UW-Milwaukee is very proud of our status as serving a large percentage of first-generation students. Typically, it's 40% of our class. I, as a first graduate student, recognize the hardships, recognize the path that we have to break ourselves without perhaps understanding the financial needs, without understanding how to navigate all that's involved. You've overcome even more significant hurdles by being the first in your families to graduate, and we're immensely proud. Will all of our first-generation students who are graduating today please rise and be recognized? That is a significant accomplishment, and I'm glad that so many of you are here today to be enjoying the celebration. So as I'm sure you've noticed by now that I'm not alone up here. Later in today's ceremony, you will meet our honorary degree recipient, the deans of our academic schools and colleges, and other contributors to our university. The other remarkable people on this stage are representing important areas of UWM, and they're attending to witness the conferring of your degrees. Please allow me to introduce that latter group, and I ask the audience to please hold your applause until all these individuals are standing. Dr. Chia Yuyi Wang, she's our Vice Chancellor for Community Empowerment and Institutional Inclusivity. Susan Stolewski, Chair of the Academic Staff Committee. Ian Thompson from our Alumni Association. Kelly Haig, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dr. Kathleen Dolan, Chair of the University Committee. Joan Nesbitt, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. Dr. John Reisel, Secretary of the University. Gail Dukes, Chair of the University Staff Committee. Michael Orgeman, UWM Foundation. Barbara Felix, Board of Visitors. Robin Van Harpen, Senior Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administrative Affairs. Scott Conger, Alumni Association. And Gerard Randall, Regent Vice President Emeritus and proud supporter of his godson and intern, who are both graduating today. Let's hear it for these remarkable individuals. Thank you all for joining us. Our sign language interpreters for today's programs are Derek Kanyon and Jill Keenahan-Cry. Let's hear it for them for doing their great work. You probably noticed that there are several individuals who are wearing gold gowns today. These individuals are the hardworking commencement marshals. They're all UWM employees who have volunteered part of their weekend to help coordinate the ceremony today. We could not do it without you marshals. Please stand and be recognized, and especially Chief Marshal Gwen Wallander. As I look out over this audience, I see countless faces of support. Our graduates have received a tremendous amount of support, non-academic, from their inspiration and their journey to be here today. It has come from parents, spouses, children, friends, colleagues, family, many of whom are here today, but also many who are beaming their support from afar. Class of 2025, to recognize everything that's been done by those in the audience and afar to support and inspire you over this long haul, I would like you all of our graduates today, to please rise and give your parents, family, friends, and other supporters a thunderous standing ovation. Thank you. I think they feel the love. So, universities don't function very well without a key ingredient. There's a lot of individuals who provide support and services and operate to keep the campus going, but ultimately, where the transformation happens, where the quality and the heart of the education really occurs is in the classroom or in the labs, and in those particular areas where faculty and our instructional staff can really have influence and really provide the learning environment. We have a number of individuals on our campus, our faculty and instructional staff, who have dedicated their lives, who have shared their knowledge, which represents an accumulated immense amount of impressive knowledge, things that are going to help transform you in your future in significant ways. We couldn't do it without our highly valued, remarkable, highly accomplished faculty and staff. Let's hear it for them. UW-Milwaukee is a proud member of the Universities of Wisconsin system. This is overseen by the UW System Board of Regents. Bringing us greetings today is Regent Dr. Joan Prince, who I will now introduce. Dr. Prince has served on the Universities of Wisconsin Board of Regents since 2023, and she has many significant ties to UWM. You see, she was raised in Milwaukee, and she came to UW-Milwaukee At 16 years old, she earned 4 degrees from this campus, including her bachelor's, master's, doctoral degrees. For more than 20 years, after an accomplished healthcare career, she served as a vice chancellor on our campus, driving UWM's missions of access and research. We used to be colleagues, and now she's my boss. I love it. In 2012, President Barack Obama nominated Dr. Prince as an alternate representative to the 67th General Assembly of the United Nations with the honorary rank of ambassador. I could talk about her accomplishments much of the afternoon, but we do have a program that we need to recognize our amazing graduates, so I'll stop and say it is my honor to introduce Regent Dr. Joan Prince, my dear friend. Joan.
Wow, good afternoon, everyone. Wake up, good afternoon. There you go. Especially good afternoon, graduates. Let me tell you, it's been a very long time since I was on that side of the dais. But I do remember that feeling of accomplishment and joy and relief, knowing that the next thing that I read would have absolutely nothing to do with a test or an assignment. Today, we are here to celebrate you, the UW-Milwaukee class of 2025. And on behalf of my Regent colleagues and Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman, I offer each of you our warmest and most sincere congratulations. Chancellor Mone, thank you for the invitation to join the platform party. I thank you for your friendship, your leadership, and your commitment to this university. Graduates, you will be the degreed leaders in this space and the change makers that will drive the region forward and beyond. You are inheriting a much more complex and divisive world than you have probably ever imagined. But because you are Panthers, you are prepared, not only for any challenges, but also to find the opportunities within those challenges. So here's the thing, and as Panthers, I suspect you already know this. If there's something out there you don't like, work to change it, or simply create something new of your own. The beauty is, you don't have to accept something you don't like, because you are now prepared to change it and to make a difference. Today, you can and should celebrate your accomplishments, and we're celebrating with you. Be very grateful for the opportunities that you've been a part of and the opportunities you now have in front of you. It's a day to be proud, and also a day not to forget. Celebrate with your family and friends today. And then tomorrow, get up and get moving. I will be here to shake the hand of each of you as you walk across this stage. And when you exit the stage, I need you to always remember that you can come home again. Never forget, and always remember Dorothy and the Wiz. Come home, not to Kansas, but to Wisconsin, preferably Milwaukee. So until then, I leave you with the words of 2 individuals that I respect. Steve Jobs, founder of Apple, who said, "The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do." And of course, Dr. Seuss, who said, "You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way." Congratulations, class of 2025, and go Panthers!
Words of wisdom, Dr. Seuss. Thank you, Regent Dr. Prince. When we select our commencement speaker, we look within our community who can share their insights and lessons learned. If that person is a UWM graduate, even better. We love to hear success stories of our Panthers. This year, we are honored to have Dr. Joanne Anton to deliver the commencement address. I can call her Dr. Anton because she was awarded an honorary doctorate at this morning's ceremony. Dr. Anton graduated from UWM in 1999. After receiving a degree from Marquette, she earned her master's degree in social welfare and served for nearly 3 decades with Senator Herb Kohl as his Wisconsin State Director. In 2014, she began working at Herb Kohl Philanthropies, and in 2023, she became its president and CEO. Dr. Anton has devoted her time to many regional initiatives, including M-Cubed, which is a revolutionary partnership among Milwaukee Public Schools, Milwaukee Area Technical College, and UW-Milwaukee. In all that she does, Dr. Anton advances the mission that education at all levels, from preschool to college, can change lives. I am so glad that she is with us today. Please welcome your commencement speaker, Dr. Joanne Anton.
Thank you, Chancellor Mone, for that kind introduction, and more importantly, thank you for all your years of dedicated service and friendship. And to the UWM community and family, thank you for the honor of being able to speak here today. I have to say, looking out into this crowd, the view from where I'm standing is simply amazing. Class of 2025, I see you. What I didn't exactly see, though, was me being your graduation speaker. So I knew I had to get to work. I knew I had to really prepare. And so I consulted the great oracle of our time to find out how to give a really good commencement address. ChatGPT informed me that one of the most popular themes for this sort of speech is opening the door to the future. Now, the theme seemed fitting enough because as a child, there isn't a door that I ever saw that I didn't believe that I could get through. It's a trait I learned growing up in a family of amazing, hardworking, loving, at times loud, but yes, determined immigrants. My parents, grandparents, and entire extended family came here from Greece. And by here, I mean to the little house where we grew up, but where often it felt as though half of Athens was living. Stick together, never complain, and relentlessly press forward. These are the lessons they taught me. Keep going, keep trying, knock on every door. Frankly, it came naturally to me. I've always loved knocking on doors, literally and figuratively. From going door to door selling Girl Scout cookies, to canvassing for candidates for political office, to being the youngest or the first to get through whatever door presented itself. I just kept knocking and knocking. My mom used to say that when I was told no, all I really heard was, not right now. Early in my career, when it came to opening doors to the future, I was lucky. I had the help of a lot of people. The most influential in my life was that of U.S. Senator Herb Kohl, whose foundation I have the honor of running. And today, it's Herb Kohl's foundation that is working to transform an education system that is trying to open doors for teachers and students and families who've heard no for far too long. He first hired me as a 23-year-old to run his Wisconsin Senate offices, where I would be the director of, let's just say, a staff of a lot more seasoned political operatives. On my first day, right after I went in and gave my own version of a pep talk, one of those new colleagues declared loudly that she had shoes older than me. She did, by the way, and I think she had them on that day, and I'm absolutely positive she would have been more than happy to use them to boot me right back out the door. I spent the next 2 years working to convince Senator Kohl, myself, and all of those new colleagues that I had been right to open that door and walk through it that first day. I learned a lot through the experience. I learned that if someone believes in you enough to open a door for you, then you owe it to them to work really hard to prove them right. I learned that getting through the door isn't always or maybe ever the hardest part. Often, it's facing what meets you on the other side. And perhaps most importantly for me, I learned that there is nothing more rewarding than helping others open doors to new opportunities, just as Senator Cole and so many others did for me early in my career. I became practiced at not taking no for an answer while taking on the federal bureaucracy for the thousands and thousands of people who came to Senator Cole's office for help. One of the highlights of my professional life came in doing exactly this kind of work, opening doors for others. In this case, it was for a young man who was immigrating from a foreign country. He was coming to Milwaukee to take on a fairly prominent role. He was, however, held back both professionally and personally by not being able to have his family join him. I met him more than a decade ago. Senator Cole and I were leaving a meeting, and as we passed the elevators, the doors opened, and out stepped two people. One, this young man, looking sort of lost and despondent, and the other happened to be John Hammond, the general manager of the Milwaukee Bucks, which for those of you who don't know, Senator Cole used to own the Milwaukee Bucks at the time. So as John greeted us and made introductions, he apologized that the young man with him didn't speak any English. He only spoke Greek. So naturally, I turned to this young man and I spoke to him in Greek. And all these years later, I am not sure who was more surprised, John Hammond, Senator Cole, or this newly drafted basketball player. I think you may have heard his name. His name is Giannis. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but this was definitely an open the door to the future kind of moment. His, not mine. In that moment, I didn't see an NBA player. All I saw was an 18-year-old who didn't know the language or his new home. He was here all alone, and he needed help. He had stepped out of those elevator doors and was now at my threshold. What could I do but open the door wide? You see, the night before had been the draft, and we all know now how that opened a door to superstardom in his future. But at the time, in those early days, he could not have been more clear with me. He wasn't willing to take the first steps through those doors if it meant not being able to have his family by his side. So we had to get to work, day and night. While day and night, Giannis practiced in the gym. And day and night, he would call and ask, "When is my family coming?" And trust me, it was more of a statement, not a question. He wasn't going to take no for an answer, and neither was I. After clearing lots and lots, and I do mean lots of red tape, we were able to secure visas for the entire Adetokunbo family. Even better, 48 hours later, his parents and brothers arrived in Milwaukee to join Senator Cole, watch Giannis push open those locker room doors, come out onto the court, and play what was the best night of basketball he had ever played since first joining the team. This is the message I want to leave with all of you. Push through those doors. Find out what's on the other side. Be sure to open them wide for others. And never stop at no. This isn't a lesson I need to press on the class of 2025, though. You guys know it better than anyone. 5 years ago, I imagine many of you were eager to open lots of doors to a year of proms, trips, and even all those networking and orientation events everyone gets invited to. But instead of taking that pass-through, you ended up staying in. You were pushed back into the house by a virus that no one expected at their doorstep. Yet, you adapted, you kept going, and you got here to today. Whenever I think about all the doors I've been lucky enough to pass through, I can't help but think about a different 18-year-old who came here from Greece, all alone, not knowing the language, needing to figure out how to find the way. A person gave me this ability, this gift to keep trying, keep going, keep knocking, and keep opening doors. My mother. Now, when I look around this arena and I see it filled with all the family and friends and supporters who were there to help make today possible for and with you, I'm reminded that I too had a panoply of family and friends and teachers and even a United States Senator who were all part of helping me get through each and every door. Every once in a while, I did want to try to believe it was my own singular brilliance, but that's another day. There's a poem by Carl Sandburg, perhaps the greatest Midwestern poet of all time, and the namesake of UWM's own Sandburg Hall. The poem has a nuanced take on my theme and is titled Doors. An open door says, "Come in." A shut door says, "Who are you?" Shadows and ghosts go through shut doors. If a door is shut and you want it shut, why open it? If a door is open and you want it open, why shut it? Doors forget, but only doors know what it is doors forget. I used to think that the goal was to run through as many doors as fast as I could. But I have found that I have a lot less control of who and what's passing in and out of those doors than I ever imagined, myself included. Almost always, I've come to understand it's not important what I find behind each door. It's not important whether I get in every door or not. The accomplishment isn't in breaking through. It's in what you do once you get there. There's hidden wisdom in that final line. Doors forget, but only doors know what it is doors forget. Class of 2025, what lies in front of all of you is not a straight path, nor is it a series of singular doors, each opening to a higher plane of success. The doors we pass through or leave behind, hesitate in front of, or choose to close, they stay with us, even if we think we've forgotten them. The life you are all in the forever process of building isn't about leaping forward or rushing through. It's about lingering, choosing, forgetting, and then carrying on. May doors open for each and every one of you, or perhaps even at you. May you also linger, peek through, turn away from, or maybe you'll forget about the door and you'll go through a window. May you listen to the doors shut behind you that ask, "Who are you?" And may you remember then, in the quiet way Sandburg's doors remember, not with regret, but with depth and wisdom. Class of 2025, congratulations, and here's to all the doors in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne, for that inspiring message and all that you have done to continue to support so many organizations throughout our community, state, and well beyond. And I hope that the Bucks management team doesn't continue to hold eligibility for you to be part of that team, because we need you here in the education world. Let's hear it again for Joanne Anton. This afternoon, we have the privilege of awarding a very special honorary degree. Honorary degrees do not come easily. Such a degree is granted only after a candidate's nomination is approved first by a department, school, college level group. The UWM Honorary Degrees Committee, the UWM Faculty Senate, and the Universities of Wisconsin Board of Regents. To help conclude this lengthy process, I call on Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Andrew Dare.
Thank you, Chancellor Money. I call upon Dean Kim Litwack from the College of Health Professions and Sciences to bring forward Cindy Bentley. The University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee cites Cynthia Cindy Bentley, advocate for inclusion and civil rights for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Ms. Bentley is a survivor who endured foster care abuse and state institutionalization during her childhood. Since 1970, Ms. Bentley has participated in the Special Olympics A highly decorated athlete in 1991, she was awarded Special Olympics International Female Athlete of the Year. In 1999, she helped found People First Wisconsin, a self-advocacy organization for people with disabilities. Ms. Bentley became the executive director, the first such appointment of a person with intellectual and developmental disabilities in the country. In 2000, she was named a Special Olympics Global Messenger and traveled the world telling her story to thousands, including world leaders. Ms. Bentley's work amplifies the voices of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and encourages self-advocacy. She co-authored a biography about her life called Cindy Bentley, Spirit of a Champion. In 2021, she was named one of Wisconsin's most influential Black leaders. Ms. Bentley continues to be a fierce advocate for voting rights, dignified long-term care, affordable housing, community inclusion, mental health care, employment opportunities, sexual violence prevention, and accessible transportation for people with disabilities. Chancellor Mone, I present Cynthia Bentley for the honorary degree, Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, Provost Dare. Upon recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I am pleased to confer upon you, Cindy Bentley, the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters.
First of all, I want to thank Special Olympics Wisconsin for giving me a voice for leadership. Second thing, I want to thank Dr. Laura Owens. I want to thank People First, but I want to thank my faith, which got me through all the stuff when I was little. And thirdly, I want to say something to you students. You are about to go out in the world, a big world. Please, I say if you meet a person with or without a disability, just give them respect. I want to thank everybody in the section over there that has supported me. And the fourth thing is I want you to say something. And you remember this, the graduates of 2525 from UWM. It's not what's on the outside, it is what's in your heart. Thank you.
Congratulations, and I could not be more proud to say, Dr. Bentley. We are now about to begin the most anticipated and important part of today's program, when we recognize our graduates. Woo, woo, woo. Two volunteers make up a vital part of this portion of the program, the people who read the graduates' names. This is not a job for the faint of heart, and I'd like to thank our readers for their help today. They are Trevor Rognigny and Chia Yu Vang. Yes. A final word for all our ceremony participants. To make today's program as meaningful for the last graduate to walk across the stage as it is to the first, I request that after you receive your degree, you please return to your seat for the remainder of the ceremony. Thank you for this consideration on this day of our shared celebration. Now, parents and friends, these are final words of instruction to you as well. You may have been asked by your graduate not to cheer or shout when their name is read, but please know that a chancellor outranks a graduate, and so their request is hereby overruled. Don't hesitate to show your enthusiasm. Now, once again, I call upon our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Andrew Dare, to begin the process of awarding our academic degrees. Andrew.
Thank you, Chancellor Money. Chancellor Money. Let me take one moment to acknowledge that this is Chancellor Money's final commencement ceremony as the leader of UW-Milwaukee. In the past 11 years, he has conferred more than 58,000 degrees on UWM graduates. Please join me in thanking him for his dedication and leadership to UWM for the past 11 years. I will call upon Interim Vice Provost for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies, Chris O'Connor, who will present candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Occupational Therapy, and Doctor of Nursing Practice.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Occupational Therapy, and Doctor of Nursing Practice, please rise. Chancellor Money, these scholars have devoted years of intensive work to graduate study and research. In addition, they have defended dissertations and clinical projects that have been accepted by faculty committees as substantial contributions to knowledge in their respective fields. Therefore, upon recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee and by vote of the Board of Regents, they are presented with the highest academic recognition within the university, the doctoral degree.
Thank you, Dean O'Connor. You have completed requirements for your doctorate, and on the recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Universities of Wisconsin system, I admit you to the appropriate doctor's degree. In testimony thereof, come forward at the direction of the marshals with your escort and receive your diploma and the emblem of your achievement, your academic hood.
Derek Michael Zeige. Escorted by Mona Arvinen Barrow, Health Sciences, School of Rehabilitation Sciences and Technology.
Can I have someone hold this, because I'm doing two? Could you hold that for the second?
Doctor of Physical Therapy graduates are escorted by Wendy Huddleston and Stephanie Schrader. Patrick William Sati.
Ohu Salim Bafi, escorted by Brooke Slevens, Biomedical Health Science Informatics, College of Engineering and Applying Science.
Tyler Ross Glass.
Caleb Corridus, escorted by Brooke Slavens, Health Sciences, School of Biomedical Sciences and Healthcare Administration.
Leah Welch.
Mohammed Alumni, escorted by Stephen Cobb, Kinesiology, Zilber College of Public Health.
Emilia Stankovic.
Kaylin Moore, escorted by Penino Cacao, Nursing, School of Nursing.
Charles Danick.
Kuka El Garibi, escorted by Julie Sneathan, Nursing.
Kayla Braun.
Amani Mabaraki, escorted by Jovan Guan and Julia Sneathan, Nursing.
Sarah Stoker.
Tala Abuzara, escorted by Julia Sneathan, Nursing.
Robert Barr.
Bayan Elkam, escorted by Julie Ellis, Nursing.
Daniel Lenz.
Ragha Tawabek, escorted by Ken Litwack, Nursing.
Maya Hovland.
Reem Khaled, escorted by Julie Ellis.
Haley Kate Gamma.
Hussein, escorted by Dr. Murad Hamli.
Cassandra Paler.
Emma Drazen, escorted by Adrian Markowitz.
Nina Regenovich.
Tandria Remendi, escorted by Adrian Markowitz.
Kyle France.
Kristen English, escorted by Carolyn Ziebert.
Eric Arvizu.
Mai Tong Tao, escorted by Dr. Markowitz.
Jessica Callies.
Emily Lascola, escorted by Vipavi Tomplivan.
Janelle Ann Ritz.
Anthony Allen, escorted by Vipavi Tomplivan.
Joshua Gale.
Christy Bars.
Kamari Clayton.
Joy Okoro.
Adriana S. Thomas.
Morgan Mastro Stefano.
Jacob Grutke.
Kristen Melville.
Lauren Peters.
Elizabeth Lanham.
Josephine Ray Elson.
Sarah Lynn Elliott.
Kendra Lee Bisping.
Famara Sane.
Andrea Barber.
Mary Jo Canales.
Eric Dean.
Rhonda Perez.
Jacob Grykar.
Holly Elba.
Elham Rasoli, escorted by Dr. Human Zhao, degree in Information Systems.
Melissa Armstrong, escorted by Jennifer Deering.
Mariam Nijadian, escorted by Amit Batnagar, Management Science.
Regina Honor, escorted by Jana Holt.
Yanin Zhao, escorted by Yin Wang, Engineering.
Haley Heisen, escorted by Jana Holt.
Professor John Boylan. Professor John Boylan.
Rahul Kange, escorted by Yin Wang, Engineering.
Hiba Ab El Karim Elsgayer, escorted by Professor John Boylan.
Amin Peshe Kalahi, escorted by Dr. Roshan D'Souza, Engineering. Rowan Akel, escorted by Rani Eljar, Engineering. Mohammed Wael Amer, escorted by Rani El Hajer, Engineering. Daniel Kaminsky, escorted by Benjamin Church, Materials Engineering. Mark Vigoder, escorted by Robert Kuzner, Electrical Engineering.
Please give a round of applause to the doctoral degree recipients. Interim Dean O'Connor will now award the master's degree to candidates who have fulfilled the degree requirements.
Would the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration, Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Nursing, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, and Master of Sustainable Peace Building please rise? Chancellor Mone, I present these candidates for a second, third, or terminal degree in their respective fields. Upon recommendation of the graduate faculty and by vote of the Regents, they are eligible for admission to their appropriate degree.
Thank you, Dean O'Connor. You have completed the requirements for the appropriate master's degree. Upon recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Universities of Wisconsin, I admit you to the appropriate master's degree. In testimony thereof, please come forward and receive your diploma when directed by the marshals. Until then, please be seated.
Joseph Zilber School of Public Health. Little Rose Van Heck.
College of Health Professions and Sciences, School of Biomedical Sciences and Healthcare Administration. Sarvan Kumar Kothakanda.
Alexis Young.
Vikash Palavalasa.
Brooke Rumasek.
Noli Alitha Packle.
Madeline Hill.
Chese Anchana Vanta Sonthan.
Lauren Smith.
Noela Egba Osiba.
Vandana Posa.
Joshua Boadu.
Trina Erobelli.
Caroline Conamodeo.
Benjamin Gates.
School of Nursing, Sarah Sangomani.
Hani Yash Patel.
Kathy Deek.
Julia Vijay Kumari.
Colleen Delisle.
Josukanya Karamendi.
Lydia Chekowitz.
Manushi Trivedi.
Catherine Hallmark.
Abigail Skirmont.
Shonika David Thompson.
Courtney England.
Shalyn Muselmenta.
Lee Guang Tan.
Serena Lee.
Charlie Benforado.
Saba Abdul Razak.
Delaney Ortiz.
Zarifa Sadek.
David Jakubik.
Sylvia Halvez Delgado.
Sienna Colon.
Marissa Coodworth.
Erica Brinka.
Shalgun Daniel Orkelawau.
Tamia Robinson.
Cynthia Charinda.
Hannah Sorensen.
Amy Orst.
Afra Yafai.
Antonina Johnston.
Ifadha Jaya.
School of Rehabilitation Sciences and Technology. Maggie Tiener.
Kate Enrique.
Lauren Yanish.
Kayla Lane.
Catherine Elizabeth Cullen.
Rachel Gucci.
Taylor Vandermoss.
Emma Durkin Wagner.
Ashley Rose Peterson.
Vanessa Ramirez.
Erica Cool.
Anuhia Balinini.
Kylie Moker.
Sai Gayatri Prima Marcati.
Eduardo Jimenez.
Priyana Valuri.
Alexis Maurman.
Lashmi Sai Chandana Raju.
Erin Monica.
Kirti Kupala.
Madeline Hansen.
Lavan Kumar Kandala.
Brianna Jensen.
Gopi Dokapali.
Emma Raska.
Daniela Skijovic.
Brianna Dowds.
Maria Munt.
Nicole Gay.
Kuriaki Topetsis.
Ellie Ingleginger.
Carlos Galvan.
Faith Finnendale.
Marcel Klein.
Lily Shireman.
Sulan Chi.
Graham Florioni.
Michaela Braun.
Nympha Weathersby.
Evan Hayden.
Jessica Schmalls.
Manta Mahesh Metu.
Lokesh Kautha.
Evelyn Kurtz.
Manoj Kumar Pacha.
Hannah Newman.
Abby Depew.
Riley Leckway.
Christy Morales.
Sierra Ortiz.
Tamara Thomas.
Alyssa Rudiger.
Isabel Anissa.
Ravish Raj Gandhi.
Stephanie Martinez.
Fanny Anurapa Sagili.
Tabitha Stowers.
Kavya Sri Pulimi.
Ryan Hermanstafor.
Sneha Gandra.
Andrea Beller.
Lutu Manoj Katuru.
Kayla Miller.
Dhananjaya Reddy Pandugula.
Isabella Bean.
Hanumantu Banavat.
Caitlin Hanneman.
Anwan Sadiq Seg.
College of Engineering and Applied Science, Diego Garcia.
Nikita Sankura.
Asma Kasawana.
Sanwa Pavuvra.
Nashin Amir.
Jamvi Palati Mova.
Shivam Mehta.
Suruna Guntati.
Shashank Anmal.
Kalyani Yetukuri.
John Quinn.
Malika Maha Leila.
Zachary Dunn.
Gayatri Vadla Moody.
Cindy Dykeman.
Sai Krishna Malamanti.
Wei Tso Liao.
Krishna Teha Banavatu.
Peter Lee.
Subaka Pedapati.
Yanyu Cho.
Hari Chandra Pasad Nimagada.
Ziwi Ben.
Bhavya Sri Padilla.
Tarun Thomas Epen.
Sindhu Patapale.
Alan G. Jacob.
Priyanka Patoganam.
Hassan Abdullah.
Tamali Tanga.
Kirthi Reddy Mamandla.
Patula Supraja Reddy.
Ramya Abareddy.
Sheldon B. Lubar College of Business.
Anurag Boja.
Elandria Richards.
Kirthi Kirthi Mandadapu.
Haley Muhoris.
Saidarshan Raganeni.
Ametia Lyons.
Se Yun Chen.
Justin Wood.
Min Wei Lee.
Diamond Meek.
Hima Sana Remila.
Gayatri Devi Sundara Rajan.
Ramapriyan Varadajan.
Alexandra Egoff.
Sawad Sajid.
Maria Campbell.
Alexander Barrich.
Theo Willard.
Samia Theranum.
Alice Lamar Louise Perry.
Chandana Marapudi.
Mihal Tohi.
Vincent Pizza.
Madhuri Madhuluri.
Pallavi Chitrada.
Tarun Manun.
Subhashini Dilakar.
Abhishek Gautam.
Vijaya Nishta Vata.
Santi Varan Buningala.
Chris Harry Patrick.
Venkata Ramana Badeti.
Adeshwar Mullah.
Gloria Arce Irizarry.
Rishvan Tirusuvan.
Kristen Hine.
Sheetal Saju.
Rachel Tisher.
Nagalishmi.
Cameron Long.
Yash Ananta Zod.
Sarah Bowers.
Hannah Husava.
Daniel Berlinger.
Sai Kirti Naluri.
Sarah Manulik.
Amiredi Rishita Reddy.
Maureen Duthie.
Abhinaya Sri Jain.
Dr. Megan Anderson.
Vishal Martha.
Brett Lindstrom.
Shravan Kumar Palagdan.
Francine Seichter.
Danya Nikita De Vatush.
Jackson Aarons.
Shrihorsha Zoshi.
Christopher Graham.
Teja Shri Kardara.
Tame Jitandra Katekar.
Shrija Upala.
Vinay Kumar Chikati.
Giridhar Vamuj Chintalapati.
Bharat Kumar Yelasuri.
Nikhil Gundmaradzu.
Busaraga Sanjana Jiri.
Abhishek Mitapuli.
Dana Lakshmi Bitena.
Sai Krishna.
Arthavan Anil Dotre.
Hanirud Gokamalia.
Namita Shiv Kunar Singh.
Gokul Ida Paladapati.
Vasu Nikhil Boba.
Akash Reddy Gemula.
Anund Rajasa Karan.
Sushmam Rutha Kongdei.
Charles Moultrie.
Sidi Volas Dubé.
Anoshia Kella.
Aditya Sankranthi.
Gyanishar Yampali.
Pugith Kota.
Felipe Paez Gomez.
Pasham Nita Reddy.
Raul Medina.
Chaitanya Swarna.
Diyashri Santi Murugan.
Tejas Guduru.
Alex Weber.
Anirudh Venkatesh Adigal.
Alex Klitzner.
Sarvari Pabankesh Ashwana.
Haley Boss-Ted.
Dini Shriram Charun Pashkuni.
Fatma Kadur.
Sneita Katara.
Gail Banza.
Divya Shri Adukila.
Kristen Shible.
Triveni Reddy Bethi.
Sai Dinesh Bunagiri.
Arjun Reddy Thuma.
Vijate Pisupataya.
Reddy Chandra Sansareddy.
Krishna Modukuru.
Rajesh Delta Sankar.
Same Yayawi.
Shushruth Daniwana, Sweden.
Shane Wigard.
Varun Kumar Dasoj.
Jordan Taylor Schnabel.
Lokesh Neluri.
Carly Smith.
Saketa Gadam. Saketa Gadam.
Matthew Carlson.
Niraja Vudanti. Niraja Vudanti.
Lindsay Vanderwegen.
Aditi Rajesh Limkar.
Zach Lawrence.
Basim Mansour Malik. Basim Mansour Malik.
Jack McGowan.
Sakshi Mantri.
Lintel Jerry.
Abdullah Bazil.
Mitchell Hernan.
Mohammed Nadim.
Lauren Huskins.
Amal Shabu Philip.
Caitlin Numa.
Agam Damaraju.
Ava Sam.
Biswaji Sahu.
Samuel Daybert.
Amit George.
Alan Hohanisian.
Divyanshu Verma.
Crystal Lewis.
Prasanna Reddy.
Hiba Badwan.
Sandeep Silam.
Dakshayani Induturi.
Divya Mantena.
Sri Urashita Bauri.
Lokesh Kodatkonda.
Neha Vajani.
Vishnu Vardhan Channam.
Manish Chandra Chanamada Buri.
Kuchita Chikati.
Haridi Balusa.
Shri Padmanja Pedredi.
Chetan Reddy.
Saichiran Shanaganda.
Emily Liptak.
Sai Nikita Merua.
Emily Larson.
Akila Pesala.
Elise Wagner.
Shavani Sugasani.
Maizi Jauhar.
Vaishnavi Kore.
Trey Meyer.
Kavyashri Mudunuri.
Brian Barber Jr.
Sai Krishna Chaitanya Kopanedi. Sai Krishna Chaitanya Kopanedi. Congratulations.
Array Harper.
Subaya Metaboina. Subaya Metaboina.
Jenny Ayler.
Ashita Sankara. Ashita Sankara.
Rangopal Devuru Palu.
Casochella. Pravalika Cachochella. Thank you.
Nitish Reddy Tidumala Reddy.
Harchit Sai Kiesa.
Ibrahim Sundo.
Harita Chandra Painini.
Brian Jose Aguirre.
Sai Charan Alu.
Alyssa Farr.
Kritika.
Alexander Ratliff.
Girish Chandra Kodigari.
Priya Nutulapati.
Nikhil Verma Vemapali.
Himesh Sankala.
Monica Balusu.
Michael Sullivan.
Sandeep Kumar Malina.
Thomas Otto.
Zhu Hao Peng.
Logan Snow.
Chao Hong Sun.
Jai Ushari Vupalo.
Manikanta Sirana.
Soni Singh Divakar.
Leela Prasad Virapoli.
Manjusha Lam.
Hemalenka Kanderi.
Braylee Kautzer.
Preeti Mahakala.
Riley Hansen.
Ankita Karangongchi.
Gayatri Yada.
Sai Shrinkar Kandakuri.
Joseph Ogunlade.
I'm so sorry.
Priya Depu Raya. Adriana Ortega Fernandez. Jessica Plummer. Amir Khan. Bradley Silva. Janish Patel. Rajneet Kaur. Abhishek Yadav. Vishwa Suthar. Shar Singh. Felix Mitza. Pratisha Kaur. Sai Kirang Gogula. Spandana Kudeti. Manasa Devi Chipala Pali. Mahesh Guduru. Jipal Vu Kalan Chipala Pali. Uma Mashewari Tumalu Pali. Shai Pavankumar Gundapa Nani. Sairan Rangu. Shriya Bandakar. Musma Abbas Munazir Ali. Sanjeev Prati Kari. Vaiba Ganga Raju. Shavani Kala Karu.
Kapiraj Kadam.
Kapiraj Kadam. Guru Charan Vemuru. Saina Raju Batu. Indu Mungi. Shoaib Hussain Sheikh. Dattatriya Badugo. Praniyata Raj Mala. Dodu Panini Miusha. Sayam Prakash Raj Wamuri. Urishanavi Chiguri. Vinay Adiago. Umama Hashwa Yalanki. Vigyat Yadu. Lashmi Kayu Reddy Sangaredi. Satya Sai Shakar Dangi. Bharat Kumar Sansapu. Pavam Palau.
Thank you so much.
Data Science. Akan Jan.
Apurva Shinde.
Apurva Shinde.
Sai Prakash Buddu.
Sai Prakash Bundu.
Soumya Gopalapuram.
Soumya Gopalapuram. Vishna Devan Bud. Alashanda Guti Shangos Reddy. Brian Robertson II. Priyancha Urukar. Bhumi Ranji Wadani. Vinashakar Rampur. Sai Kartik Muti. Saeed Nasser Rizan.
Please give a round of applause to the master's degree graduates. We now come to the part of the program that has been known to get a little bit loud. It is the part that recognizes those candidates who have completed their studies leading to the bachelor's and associate degrees. Before we begin, we'd like to show a short video reminding our bachelor's degree candidates why they will each have a commemorative coin returned to them after crossing the stage.
Just a few short years ago, you came to UWM to begin your college career. You probably felt nervous, excited, and maybe even a little scared. You might not remember, but during those first few days, you were handed a gold coin to toss into the fountain. Perhaps you even made a wish as the coin left your hand. We didn't forget about those coins, or the hopes and dreams that accompanied them. Each coin represents the challenges you overcame to be standing here today. In a few moments, you'll walk across the stage and you'll be given that coin again. Now, as you stand ready to begin your next adventure, you're probably feeling proud, excited, and maybe even a little scared. Let this coin remind you of how hard you've worked, how much you've grown, and how far you've come. Now, as you move forward, the UWM Alumni Association is here to support you and is proud to welcome you to the Panther alumni family.
And now let's get our newest undergraduates ready to roll. I call upon Dean Kaushal Chari of the Sheldon B. Lubar College of Business.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, please rise. Chancellor Mooney, These talented candidates with grit and the skills to change the business world have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the Sheldon B. Lubar College of Business and by the vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
I call upon Dean Brett Peters of the College of Engineering and Applied Science.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Engineering and Applied Science, please make sure Dr. Moni can hear you as you stand. Come on, guys, stand and be loud. There you go. Chancellor Moni, these talented individuals are poised to use their analytical training and innovative spirit to go forth and change the world. Whereas they have completed their rigorous course requirements, been recommended by our outstanding college faculty, and approved by the Board of Regents, I am therefore proud, for one final time, to present them to you for their appropriate degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
I call upon Dean Kim Litwack of the College of Health Professions and Sciences.
Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing in the School of Nursing, Bachelor of Science in the School of Biomedical Sciences and Healthcare Administration, and Bachelor of Science in the School of Rehab Science and Technology, please rise and let your family members know where you are. Chancellor Moni, these candidates, graduating as the newest, extremely well-prepared members of the healthcare workforce, have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the College of Health Professions and Sciences and by a vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, you're already seated.
I call upon Dean Monica Wendell of the Joseph J. Zilber College of Public Health.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Science in Nutrition, and Bachelor of Science in Public Health please stand up? Chancellor Moni, these candidates have worked their booties off, and they have overcome adversity, and they're standing before you having completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the Joseph J. Zilber College of Public Health, and by vote of the Regents, it's my honor to present them to you for their degrees. Candidates, you can be seated.
I call upon Interim Dean Ronald Galata of the College of General Studies.
Candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts and Sciences in the College of General Studies, please rise. Chancellor Moni, these candidates have completed their course requirements, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of General Studies and by vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Now will all candidates for the bachelor's and associate's degrees please rise? Chancellor Moni, these candidates from the several schools and colleges of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee have been presented by their respective deans for their appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Provost Dare. You have completed the requirements for your respective degrees. Therefore, upon recommendation of the various faculties and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Universities of Wisconsin, I admit you to the bachelor's and associate's degrees appropriate to the courses you have completed. In testimony thereof, you may come forward and receive your diploma when directed by the marshals. Until then, please remain seated.
Joseph Zilber School of Public Health. Carter Keel.
College of Health Professions and Sciences, School of Medical Sciences and Healthcare Administration. Stephanie Alday Santos.
Alexander Arena.
Tia Maureen.
Shane Johnson.
Elijah Kyoko.
Ashlyn Thome.
Quincy Clinton.
Sam Brickle.
Daniel Jug.
Maxwell Sharkey.
Benjamin Nelson.
Laura Chopesky.
Daniel Zoromsky.
Kylie Diner.
Chad Darnell.
Sydney Bowman.
Isaac Albright.
Nick Wilgas.
Demetrius Williams.
Michael Figueroa Osario.
Samar Omar.
Alondra Rodriguez.
Giuliani Mueller.
Ajafatu Jabana.
Shannon Orst.
Allison Jeffrey.
Parker Donahue.
Eric Nisia.
Kentrell Pillion.
Henry Jacob.
Faison Fields.
Serenity Ottaway.
Doreen Ajar.
Lilia Trigunning.
Madeline Jada.
Emma Mercury.
Noah Oasi.
Clara Fouch.
Ethan Heron.
Devani Harrison.
Adeline Hensel.
Christopher Uselding.
Ellie Lucknick.
Juan Stephanie Lopez.
Mildred Jin.
Torifaka Olabisa Jima.
Olivia Benkowski.
Amina Khan.
Gabriela Zomok.
Nico Martinez Ortiz.
Mackenzie Tomasino.
Gabriel Zukingi.
Linda Zong.
Hunter Erickson.
Nari Thao.
Elliot Agpun.
Medina Mohammed.
Chris Hazi.
Iman Mohammed.
Allison Schmitz.
Claydina Rabi.
Allison Beitendorf.
Gabrielle Stabmis.
Therese Mishwan.
Celine Tao.
Hannah DeGrace.
Madeline Hammond.
Aaron Bailey.
Eliana Stuckey.
Abigail Lawler.
Cora Norbaum.
Jenna Lewandowski.
Natalie Janicki.
Kelsey Soderman.
Jessica Pacino.
Sarah Lancioni.
Vivian Albee.
Savannah Sloniakowski.
Caitlin Jansen.
Nicole Morales.
Jenny Moy.
Peter Morel.
Haley Zeeler.
Emily Belmont.
Kendra Lamprecht.
Ken Bland.
Alexa Rosenaw.
Allison Whittinger.
Rosala Benushi.
Summer House.
Emily Main Herrera.
Brandy Hernandez Torres.
Anna Selfer.
Angel Rosario Murillo.
Bailey Fetterspiel.
Ian Howard.
Faith Derengowski.
Justin Hendricks.
Jessica Salaja.
Rocco Mathucci.
Megan Gartland.
Kyle Lang.
Grace Gilio.
Jack Miskey.
Kirsten Krantz.
Alyssa Kasmarek.
Shelby Woods.
Molly Oregon.
Caitlin Oldani.
Lainey Higgins.
Grace Leone.
Hannah Viviani.
Alejandra Sanchez.
Elise Kirscher.
Sherelle Nemenza.
Elizabeth Brown.
Nicholas Eifert.
Loralee Fisher.
Ahmed Jihad.
Tessa Zerello.
Kayleen Kozakowski.
Alexis Purtle.
Cassie Ross.
Larissa Robbie Brown.
Lauren Virovats.
Kendall Stadler.
Miriam Morgan.
Sheldon B. Lubar College of Business.
Natalie Sanchez.
Selwyn DeAndre Jr.
Jack Lemke.
Avery Schaefer.
Austin Wage.
Aiden Schrader.
Amy Farrell.
Michael Villanueva.
Paola Martinez.
Ethan Lawrence.
Jaylee Smith.
Jokisha Sanders.
Jada Williams.
Matthew Peschke.
Cami Pepler.
Lana Constable.
Anya Colano.
Madeline Olson.
Jasmine Martins.
Kevin Soltis.
Trinity Eichner.
Sasha Gessner.
Abigail Clark.
Jennifer Tokars.
Samantha Freeman.
Michael Swetowski.
Lilith Weber.
Dominique Littleton.
Brooke Bolware.
David Utri.
Emma Thomas.
Megan Stilo.
Sydney Miller.
Benjamin Croft.
Crystal Adora Elrachelu.
Jack Carson.
Cowley Lee.
Van and Piston Luciano.
Semra Dedevsky.
Stephanie Stafford.
Josephine Sinovic.
Maylee Uberto.
Faith Bolts.
Joseph Sperry.
Lucy Hunt,
Fang Li,
Clara Forrest,
Blanc Li,
Caitlin Urban,
Aris Afazal,
Nuki Vang,
Abdullah Faiz Shana,
Pahurga Vang,
Nathaniel Bergman,
Alec Gresk,
Tyler Rose Ayudong,
Gabriella Kozacek,
Emma Stewart,
Angelique Rivera Legaspi,
Kellen Ducklow,
Jessa Reiser,
Kelly Fisher,
Shoneen Martinez,
Logan Hyman,
Emily Moore,
Austin Kleisner,
Marie Louise Barboza,
Mercedes Mazzetti,
Sean Reed,
John Lenz,
Nicole Litcher,
Haley Andariga,
Alexandra Allen,
Galileo Hughes,
Lemary Vargas,
Jack Schubert,
Sarah Thompson,
Allison Albelt,
Matthew Tulin,
Carla Jimenez Moreno,
Chidi Wadike,
Chevy Kitts,
Monica Jaimes,
Carson Escher,
Zaid Dyer,
Joshua Ziokowski,
Janine Ishmael,
Nolan Larson,
Sabrina Lara Acone,
Alex Sinani,
Samantha Rudy,
Alec Lindstrom,
Isabel Abera,
Brooke Bowen,
Ages Gonzalez,
Zachary Blank,
Idas Gonzalez, I'm sorry. How do you say your first name?
Diego Martinez, Jack Mabrin,
Magnus Waldemariam,
Dawson Eicher,
Marissa Keller,
Megan Landrew,
Shashesky, School of Nursing, Kendra Shashesky,
Jeffrey Hull,
Daniel Blankson,
Jack Barron,
Anthony Wheeler,
Luke Barron,
Elise Bomert Talpe,
Evan Holly,
Caitlin Glodemans,
Michael Sutherland,
Cassidy Plunkett,
Joe O'Neill,
Carly Vogelsang,
Nate Poleda,
Justin Hauser,
Kara Perez,
Isaac Wenzel,
Tyler Davis,
Faith Souls,
Mason Peterson,
Lauren Riley,
Angie Castro,
Lean Alcandado, sorry,
Matthew Diamond,
Hannah Jordan,
Daniel Bush,
Mariana Amirian,
Wesley Sayawong,
Marina Andrick,
Robert Call III,
Isabella Fogarasi,
Nicolas Carrillo,
Grace Abrams,
Will Novacek,
Mira Domash,
Batui Odetta,
Hoang Vu,
Nadia Adams,
Valerie Mater,
Zachary Shromala,
Chiwandu Zikora,
Bawi Kilwan Nan Par.
Rosemary Plackle.
Oliver Franzen.
Carissa Lowcraft.
Matthew Fisher.
Rain Danceman.
Andrew Corgid.
McKenna Actor.
Fatima Aiden.
Anna Steering.
Jenna Hammer.
Lesiana Lopez.
Rose Urbanski.
Miriam Tawabudin.
Emily Hull.
Alejandra Martinez.
Danielle Jans.
Feliciana Lore.
Leah Guzzi.
Olivia Otworth.
Morgan Vlad.
Ethan Kodrick.
Miguel Gutierrez.
Maria Ortiz.
William Danielson.
Elizabeth Vincenta Santana.
Andrew Smith.
Kiana Unboyko.
Alex Blood.
Jeanine Hashash.
Harmon Carr.
Fatima Saeed Akram.
Alexander Semro.
Patrick Rafael Chimura.
Jacob Spriester.
Dominique Thomas.
Joseph Reitmeyer.
Megan McCarthy.
Sebastian Gerger.
Alyssa Abiol.
Zara Namati.
Jamila Arbiat.
Mohammed Omer.
Olivia Malmberg.
Tyler Shraven.
Lauren Marsolik.
Austin Schumacher.
Sydney Averbeck.
Jacob Dietz.
Casey Gay.
Gabrielle Kirk.
Andrea Namine Wells.
Van Yeager.
Grace Wood.
Christian Subcheck.
Monique Evers.
Austin Tributowski.
Kayla Stegerwalt.
Joey Tabbard.
Kaylee Rashka.
Maya Conrad.
Sydney Weimer.
Max Levin.
Amanda Shepard.
John Mujowski.
Cassidy Flintrop.
Jenna Leslie.
Can you say the middle name?
Megan Weinstock.
Courtney Leanne Bader.
Tara Mikes.
Kevin Barrett.
Madeline Rapp.
Spencer Poshu.
Courtney Sova.
Alexis Weyenberg.
Avery Anderson.
Sarah Zems.
Gabrielle Penfeld.
Tofin Aribaya.
Danielle Hanchett.
Q Phillips the fourth.
Dalian Brown Williams.
Tias Lither.
Seth McGuire.
Hassan Arafat.
Madison Keeler.
Diego Duete.
Haley Rossler.
Bailey Anuta.
Alicia Ferreira.
Zachary Finch.
Anusha Musavi.
Gladysma Camacho.
Leilani Delk.
Tanner Van Buren.
Wendy Lohr.
Austin Junk.
Carmen Megana Valencia.
Peter Matthew.
Audrey Steffes.
Carol Francois.
Caitlin Wright.
Benjamin James Didier.
Kylie McNamara.
Gavin Howe.
Jenna Fissler.
Bo Berry.
Aiden Berman.
Caden Starr.
John Holstead.
Makia Wanti.
Fox Mason.
Gavin Sonecki.
Barbode Merbode.
Grayson Carpenter.
Benjamin Dooley.
Robert Dorflinger.
Thomas Edson.
Abigail Dunn.
Alejandro Zepeda.
Alan Slang.
Ashley Gilbert.
Isaac Fregoso.
Kishan English.
Rachel Scott.
Tori Brown.
Stephanie Resinos.
Natasia Veazey.
Itega Turner.
Grace Rader.
Isabella Solano.
Erica Lund.
Eric Britton.
Rachel Hickey.
Matthew Rimkes.
Teresa Cava.
Sarah Dawkins.
Emily Betcher.
Dylan Boss.
Karime Jacqueline Martinez Ponce.
Shakira Bay.
Miriam Eubank.
Jawairia Bay.
Michaela Boudry.
Daniel Rowdy.
Jada Bender.
Megan Levy.
School of Rehabilitation Sciences and Technology. Mia Becker.
Megan Voss.
Tess Noyes.
Joseph Kellogg.
Caitlin Schultz.
Nicholas Stewart.
Rachel Page.
Garrison Hinkins.
Alyssa Reith.
Bennett Estacio.
Sierra Rogers.
Samuel Estacio.
Cora Glady.
Alexander Haas.
Flora St. John.
Vasil Melnick.
Alyssa Pransky.
Emily Mergener.
Gloria Lobojinsky.
Sierra Tillman.
Kennedy Butcherin.
Jillian Bryn.
Emma Whitliff.
Sujin Yoon.
Lainey Dodelick.
Jade Brown.
Isabella Enzavino.
Ashton Shook.
Reagan Corpola.
Brian Gross.
Rachel Mammon.
John Perez.
Anne Marie Dent.
Shauna Winkleman.
Aaron Schnurr.
John Doe.
Amber Walton.
Alexander Johnson.
Salma Syed.
Victor Gonzalez Rodriguez.
Senya Moyer.
Pedro Lopez.
Caitlin Dowling.
Lillian Clark.
Sonia Gapinski.
Skylar Godfrey.
Emma Barnett.
Isabella Ogerman.
Isabel Neville.
Ross Miller.
Natalie Mesco.
Shay Tu.
Catherine Powell.
Andrew Bostad.
Mackenzie Mihalski.
Nan Chang.
Eve Vandehei.
Corey Lucas.
Kaylee Dyer.
Matthew Minot.
Paige Ewan.
Anton Iazi.
Casey Poplawski.
Dmitry Govoruka.
Teresa Davis.
Caden Rosa.
Faith Williams.
Ellie Metter.
Katie Harris.
Evelyn Arlen Curio.
College of Engineering and Applied Science, Thomas Stubbs.
Katarina Jukic.
Anthony Velez.
Anna Urek.
Islam Awad.
Lexi Marie.
Javier Golpe Juarez.
Victoria Hernandez.
Nicholas Stokel.
Morgan Vander Missen.
Adam Usby.
Jerry Otto.
Vijay Panta.
Sarah Hagen.
Marwan Salama.
Felix Gerlach.
Jahui Yang.
Kevin Machuka.
Ishan Riker.
Maya Scurry.
Hena Kerdama.
Vanessa Hernandez.
Matthew Mayola.
Sabella Segeri.
Spencer Lorman.
Angelina Chong.
Wei Chun Wang.
Alexandra Rolak.
Xing Yang.
Peter Spiropoulos.
Key Jepson.
Dylan Kirby.
Christian Sees.
Jackson Liberator.
Yuri Clayman.
Tyler Umheffer.
Dorel Sigmonton.
Carter Potier.
Simonton. Sorry. Beckett Frey.
Raven Ruck.
Ash Dryden.
Alana Kosso.
Adriana Garza.
Haley Miller.
Daniela Chris.
Anthony Kessler.
James Blodgett.
Matthew Olivella.
Alexander Eagle.
Colin Kovac.
Sania Tariq.
Hazel Williams.
Catherine Belkey.
Sang Tao.
Jaden Viongua.
Logan Olson.
Neng Tao.
Christian Bell.
Eric Anderson.
Harpreet Singh.
Benjamin Miller.
Max Cadelli.
Antonio Acevedo.
Mikael Rumler.
Aurora Hope.
Liliana Munoz.
Brian Liebau.
Heaven Galipo.
Arthur Yerksted.
Zlata Lekic.
John Olson.
Angela Krsanovich.
Manveer Carr.
Abigail Hoffman.
James Moyer.
Diana Jusino Fuentes.
Afman Buniki Duratovich.
Blake Bowles.
Leon Muchai.
Jasmine Williams.
Jack Sampson.
Florenzo Martinez Gonzalez.
Benjamin Hackbart.
Kyle Miller.
Treen Wynn.
Brianna Roden.
Cole Walker.
Caitlin Drenzik.
Jameson Kraus.
Melissa Martinez.
Samuel Whitmerhouse.
Christopher Jesus.
Andrew Olson.
Cordell Miles.
Jacob Westall.
Lucky Convonsa.
Marie Schmidbauer,
Emily Barber,
Jeanette Velez,
Connor Teagues,
Anna Lutz,
Hunter Yang,
William Leeline,
Caleb Fisher,
Adrian Sanchez,
Maria De La O Sanchez,
Tatum Catalano,
Zachary Hine,
Jasvir Sondi,
Khlija Lor,
Ishika Patel,
Rogelio Cabral,
Ariane Ingbretson,
Ella Rowan,
Jack Dew,
Delaney Went,
Marina Metniga,
Biana Boyovich,
Joseph Jutley,
Natalia Bojovic,
Ryder Weisensell,
Braden Blank,
Arshdeep Chahal,
Anna Schneider,
Quinn Schmidt,
Nathan Weitzman,
Jennifer Cheng,
Ryan Strong,
Christian Koenig,
Michael Jacoby,
Nikola Radislavich. Oh, that was a hard one.
Braden Trice,
Abe Taiwo Bolwanshi,
Josephine Wonielowski,
Muhammad Fall,
Noah Sanchez,
Israel Adigan,
Katie Ronas Nicolas,
Nolan Karkless,
Ethan Mackey,
Benjamin Primov,
Tanika Davis,
Annalise Harms,
Shalina Vang,
Trevor Block,
Stephanie Orlowski,
Stone Mayen,
Lucy Huang,
Colton Smith,
Elisandra Maran,
Lucas Ricker,
Yesenia Sanchez,
Evan Bartelson,
Isaiah Stepter,
Farhan Sarlur,
Georgia Cavastro,
Abirup Reddy Tokola,
Gabriel Heller Demeser,
Alec Kaufman,
Madeline Jane Martin,
Sejun Ducharme,
Trin Huan Fonle,
Matthew Pavlik,
Jaden Tots,
Benjamin Greyhovac,
Haley Beckman,
Gunnar Zrodrick,
Ethan Buss,
Nina Marquijani.
Stephen Obradovich,
I figured it out, Nina. Sejan Lee,
Jacob Muckenberger,
Greta Bame,
Charles Swatala,
Mona Haidar Saeed,
Huda Mohammed,
Ben Crosby,
Austin Thompson,
Andrew Hines,
Joseph Hayerchek,
Minnow Lee,
Remy Zikovic,
Tyler Montany,
Osma Ostagope,
Toby Buckmaster,
Daniel Becerra Avila,
Onel de Jesus Ortiz,
Leo Martinez,
Jose Brito,
Devin Fiok,
Amir Musa,
Juan Lopez,
Nicholas Klenner,
Tristan Simkus,
Wolfgang Struby,
Peyton Plish,
Carson Lizoe,
Seth Swanson,
Benedict Throne.
Julian Balboa.
Oh, Throne. Bawuk Bui.
Paige Carnacross.
Kevin Clarko.
Alexander Mason.
Jessica Martinez.
Jacob Johnson.
Samuel Judd.
Harley Mesky.
Megreen O'Reilly.
Naomi Chang.
Yush Makwana.
Sage Steen.
Joshua Harms.
Alex Nemi.
Adam Olbrut.
Noah Welsh.
Nicholas Ocampo.
Sarah Ringer.
Eric Recinos.
Andrew Van Sickle.
Brett Johnson.
Madeline Leary.
Nathan Thema.
Stephanie Peterson.
Quentin Samsa.
Alexandra Bees.
Carter Stummel.
Ian Fezemeyer.
Carolyn Vang.
Skyla Michalczyk.
Yura Pan.
Brian McLaughlin.
Taiwan. Kaiyun Wei.
Colin Schultz.
Dingyang Lang. Dingyang Lang.
Nathan Frank.
Joshian Chen.
Michael Cornell.
Yellen Chang.
Jack Ormond.
Cheng Yuye.
Madeline Rayleigh.
Jenong Ling.
Fiona Thompson.
Yi Wen Su.
Theodore Papa George.
David Doyle.
Cade Fiala.
Nicholas Miller.
Sydney Braun.
Brad Poblocki.
Asra Salim.
Joseph Manny.
Sabrina Benali.
Zachary Stewie.
Nicolo Agnello.
Luis Wang.
Nicholas Freeman.
Oleg Melnick.
Danny Moner.
Brady Bosaki.
Ava Clement.
Evan Mars.
Brooke Lehman.
William Hansiak.
Alexis Lewis.
Lucas Faz. Congratulations.
Estefania Ocampo Gonzalez.
Yuchen Chang.
Cassandra Folkrow.
Yulun Chen.
Robert Hersey.
Gengray Chang.
Michaela Robley.
Juipin Lee.
Lauren Rydell.
Chian Seng.
Stephen Sell.
Evan Seaman.
Nate Hall.
Sydney Hora.
Griffin Lang.
Riley Flash.
Jonathan Strange.
Oscar Cervantes Torres.
Alexander Byrne.
Luke Sweetak.
Alena Nikolic.
Paul Langby.
Gabriel Nura.
Theo White.
Mark McCoy Jr.
Egan Snopek.
Sidorala Proko.
Connor Brayley.
Alex Bazinski.
Ezra Murray.
Armani Buckley.
Mason Rothandy.
Noah Hilarious.
Kevin Santamaria.
Sophia Jang.
Huda Mubshar.
Rebecca Rodolfer.
Luis Augustin Matazuma.
Omira Shepard.
Gianfranco Fittipaldi.
Ashley Nowak.
Daniela Alejandra Gutierrez Cetino.
Lucas Torito.
Bradley Malmquist.
Jennifer Ruvacoba.
Supremacy Osafande.
Pustoy So Chan.
Pajo Lore.
Stephen Rubin.
Victor Chavez.
Colin Ruiz.
That's it? We're done. That seemed like, oh, wow.
Alexandros Maluka Chipololus. John Sardo. Zachary Calabro. Julie Puttinger. Tanner Shearer. Elijah Baer. Dara Arumahi. Hey, how are you? Ami Atta. Drew To. Colin Starker. Austin Mealy. Thomas Spala. Alexander Kowacek. Zachary Russell. Quinn Sullivan. Trevor Young. Isaac Brockman. Jaden McCann. Lauren Powell. Braden Kelly. Noah Hockett. Batu El Alama. Matt Illich. Dylan Patterson. Erica Powell. Kevin Ramirez. Woods Mohammed. Victoria Mandley. Casey Jet Janice. Chastity Vang. Rachel Turba. Nia Behrens. Alexandra Villalobos. College of General Studies. Autumn Demuscus. Let me try that again. Dismutes. Gabriel Motri. Logan Ginnis. Martin Haramil. Shelby Ann Garrity. Ashton Weiss. Jordan Keller. Jenna Mann. Brooke Helzer. Abigail Wilkerson. Nina Pang. Daniel Stammeyer. Stevie Salinas. Samuel Temi. Nicholas Prince. Cotavious Minor.
Will all of our bachelor's and associate degree recipients please rise? That's what I call spontaneous combustion. Tradition has it that until a degree is confirmed, the tassel must fall to the right of the cap. Now that you are graduates, that has changed. I call on all graduates, with the vocal support of everyone gathered here, to please transfer the tassel from the right to the left. And let's give a round of applause for all our new Panthers. This is a very special graduation for me. As you heard, it's my last one. I received an honorary degree from the Pantherhood earlier. So I, like you, am a Panther now. It's mighty special, and you all are officially Panthers now. I welcome you all to the family. This does bring to a close the May 2025 University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's afternoon commencement program. As the platform party marches out, I ask the audience to please remain in attendance and that all graduates remain in their seats until directed by one of the marshals. As you leave the arena to continue on with the celebration, your graduates will be exiting at the southeast corner of the building, which is near the intersection of West Kilbourn Avenue and Vel R. Phillips. Please meet your graduate at that corner. Thank you all for coming. Have a safe and happy summer. And congratulations one more time to the class of '25. You may be seated.